Hello, everybody. This is Michael G. Nastos reporting again for WDEE-TV headline news coming to you from our studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. We have a top 5 set of stories plus music and entertainment news for this Friday, October 10th, 2014. Our number 1 story comes from the Ypsilanti courier and writer Ben Baird. A motorcyclist was killed this morning from a car crash with a car near the border of Superior and Salem Townships. Sheriff deputies, the Huron Valley Ambulance, and the Superior Township Fire Department all responded at about 7:15 this morning to that crash in the area of Joy Road in Godfredson, according to a statement from the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department. Medical personnel pronounced the motorcyclist dead at the scene. At around 10 a.m. this morning, investigators were still at the scene. The sheriff's office indicated further details about the crash would be released when they become available. Currently, nothing about the motorcyclist's identity has been released. More on this story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. Story number 2 coming up. The investigation results are in concerning the accidental death of an Ypsilanti teen at Lincoln High School.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back to WDEE-TV headline news, coming to you from our studios in Ypsilanti. Thanks to Visit Ypsi and Morgan Taylor. Buy 2 suits, get a 3rd one free. Our second story today comes from the Ypsilanti courier and writer Ben Baird. The electricity that killed 13-year-old Kristen Lorenzi traveled from a short circuit when the stadium lights to where an unconnected ground wire was on the opposite side of the athletic field. Lorenzi was shocked by a fence that was electrified at a football game September 30th at Lincoln High School. At a community meeting hosted by Lincoln Consolidated Schools, Randy Trent, the operations director for the Washtenaw Intermediate School District, said an investigation revealed a circuit for the Northeast Athletic Field light electrified the fence. He says, "We had found where the electricity had traveled and it wasn't grounded, popping the circuit there. It traveled to the southwest, found its way onto the ground and into the fence," he said. They said they know what circuit and what breaker it was. At this point, they still need to find what the short circuit was in the lighting poles, Trent continued. He said equipment they need to trace pole wires will arrive today so they can find if the short circuit was in the lights or the wiring. Lincoln Consolidated Schools Superintendent Ellen Bonter has directed them to find the short circuit, fix it, and also go through all the circuits, including the ones in the concession stand, so when they reopen the athletic field, every circuit has been checked out for grounding. More on this story, sad story, can be found on our local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com online. Coming up next, sharing more Michigan with the world, a man has been arrested in Saline for damaging the lawn of a business. Welcome back. Michael G. Nastos reporting for WDEE-TV headline news for today. Thanks to my producer, Tony D., for doing a great job making me look good. We're broadcasting from our studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and our next story comes from the Saline reporter and writer Amy Bell. A 22-year-old man was under arrest September 27th after allegedly turfing, look it up, on the lawn of a Saline business. According to the report, the Saline Police Department received a call at 1:52 a.m. from a Quantum Signal employee who said someone had turfed the lawn and was now parked next to the building's north exit. When the officer arrived, he found the Britain resident parked on the sidewalk near the building with his vehicle lights and engine off, trying to use his phone. When asked, he said he was at a friend's house and did not know he was parked on the sidewalk near a business. After the officer conducted various tests, the man was arrested on charges of operating while intoxicated and malicious destruction of property. More on this story about turfing can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, the Washtenaw Health Plan launches its Get Covered ad campaign.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back to WDEE-TV headline news. Thanks to our sponsors, Morgan Taylor and Discover Ypsi, and all of you out there for watching. Our next story comes from the Heritage West News chain No Rider Byline. The Washtenaw Health Plan has launched a Get Covered campaign to promote access to health coverage for everyone, a good thing. In partnership with Adams Outdoor Advertising, the WHP is raising billboards throughout Washtenaw and Livingston counties, according to a press release from Washtenaw County Public Health. The message is simple: get covered. The Get Covered message is meant to spur people to action. We want people to have health care, and we don't want them to pay any penalties, said Ruth Kraut, program administrator. She continued, the timing of the campaign is also important. The Healthy Michigan Plan is open year-round, but the marketplace is only open during the next few months. That marketplace has open enrollment between November 15th and February 15th of next year. The Healthy Michigan Plan, Michigan's Medicaid expansion, is open for enrollment all year. Under the Affordable Care Act of the Obama administration, there are new opportunities for health coverage. An estimated 10,472 Washtenaw County residents did enroll in health coverage through the marketplace during last year's open enrollment. Since the Medicaid expansion began in April of 2014, there have been 9,707 Washtenaw residents enrolled in the Healthy Michigan Plan. More on this story can be found on our local news feeds link on our website online at WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, as we continue to share Michigan with the world, the Salvation Army will be accepting requests for Christmas assistance on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Welcome back to WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from our studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. You can also find us on YouTube or on Facebook. Our final story today in the top 5 comes from the Heritage West chain with no rider byline given. The Salvation Army of Washtenaw County, the TSAWC, will hold sign-ups for its 2014 Christmas Assistance Programs Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout October. The nonprofit welcomes both Washtenaw County residents seeking assistance as well as volunteers to help with registration. Those in need of assistance during the holidays can apply to receive a gift card to a local grocery store to purchase fresh food for a holiday meal. Families with children 14 years old or younger can also apply for toys from the Salvation Army Corps Community Center's toy shop. You can fill out an application at the Ann Arbor Corps at 100 Urbana Drive and the Ypsilanti Corps at 9 South Park Street, Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to noon and Thursdays from noon to 3 p.m. Applicants are required to provide current identification for all household adults, proof of residence, and a Social Security card for each child, plus one additional piece of identification such as a birth certificate or vaccination record. Christmas assistance volunteers can register anytime during weekday business hours. You call 734-668-8353. More on this holiday story can be found in the local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, our weekend WDEE-TV sports and music and entertainment report.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back for our final segment on this Friday for WDEE-TV Headline News, and we have a headline sports report. Congratulations to the team from Brighton High School for winning the overall team championship at last weekend's Washtenaw Community College-sponsored Fall High School and College Nationals held at Milan Dragway. Brighton dominated the competition to take the title from some 20 local and regional schools. WCC took the college division, and WCC's Michael Duff aboard a contemporary Mustang won Instructors Eliminator. Other class winners included Clayton Beagle from Bryant High School in Ohio, Riverview's Anthony Pryor from Riverview High School in Rockwood, Michigan, Milan regular racer Megan McCurry, Jacob 6B Shadowans, EMU's Greg McCurry, and Krista Krotz in her 69 Camaro. Here's a Where Are They Now story with a local connection. Former EMU Hurons star outfielder Pat Sheridan is the only player from our area to have been on a one and only World Series championship team of the Kansas City Royals in 1985. Of course, the Royals are back in the playoffs, finally. Sheridan's contribution to the Royals' regular season that year was marginal, hitting .228 and 206 total at-bats, but in the postseason he was a starter in just about every game, slamming 2 home runs in Kansas City's American League pennant-winning victory over the Toronto Blue Jays. These days, Pat Sheridan is the owner and operator of a property insurance company in nearby Canton. In WDEE-TV headline music and entertainment news, the Paul Butterfield Blues Band was nominated for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A pivotal addition of the band included 3 key members of the Detroit jazz community: the late bassist and cellist Rod Hicks, the late keyboardist Teddy Harris Jr., and the great and very active drummer George Davidson. Tonight, it's busy in Ann Arbor for music. As we mentioned on yesterday's headline newscast, George Bedard is at the Arc. There is the Gershwin celebration at Hill Auditorium. Pianist Terry Lauer and his trio at the Carytown Concert House. Dave Sharp's Secret Seven will be at the University of Michigan Museum of Art for 3 sets starting at 7 p.m. And Paul Klinger's Easy Street Jazz Band will be at the Ann Arbor City Club, 1830 Washtenaw Avenue. In the Detroit area, Dr. Pocket featuring Craig Strain will play the Blue Goose Inn, St. Clair Shores. It's New Orleans night with Alan Toussaint and the Preservation Hall Jazz Band at the Music Hall at 8 p.m., followed by an afterglow with band members and a benefit featuring the Gabriel Brass Band with New Orleans resident and former Detroiter Charlie Gabriel. And in case you missed it earlier today, Michelle Obama was at the Music Hall. Yes, the First Lady, Michelle Obama. Tomorrow it's the International Pay It Forward Day. Do something for someone you don't know. The Chicago Afrobeat Project will be at the Yellow Barn Saturday. The Switchbacks appear at Live, both in Ann Arbor, and the Planet D Nonette plays Mario's in Midtown Detroit. Sunday, the fine bassist Christian McBride appears at Schoolcraft College in Livonia in a workshop open to the public at 3 p.m., and there's an 8 p.m. concert. Pianist Matt and vocalist Atla de Champlain perform at the Steinway Piano Gallery of Detroit with pianist Cliff Monier and bassist Paul Keller at 2 p.m. The de Champlains live in Hartford, Connecticut, and studied for a few years at the University of Toledo with Claude Black and John Hendricks. Matt de Champlain has earned favorable comparisons to native Toledoan the late Art Tatum. Also Sunday at 1 p.m., Dave Boutet is at the Ann Arbor Senior Center. Sunday night, drummer R.J. Spangler's trio plays at Rockefeller's Oyster Bar in their speakeasy room in Grosse Pointe Park with keyboardist Chris Kodish and guitarist Perry Hughes. Tuesday is the first of 5 nights for the 18th annual Edge Fest, showcasing creative improvised music and jazz with an emphasis on the upright acoustic bass. It's in Ann Arbor, anchored at the Carytown Concert House, starting with bassist William Parker at Encore Records on Tuesday, and featuring a homecoming for Jaribu Shahid leading his bass ensemble next Wednesday. Also included Jason Lee Rebke, Michael Attias, Open Loose, Mark Elias, Harrison Bankhead, Mark Dresser, Myra Melford, the legendary New Orleans saxophonist Kid Jordan, local groups, and much, much more. We'll give you a full report on the Edge Fest next Thursday. Also Tuesday, WCBN-FM presents the 1978 film starring Gary Busey, The Buddy Holly Story at 9 p.m. at the Arbor Brewing Company. And Wednesday night, next week, the best young male jazz vocalist in quite some time, Gregory Porter, is at the Michigan Theater. We encourage you to check out and support artists in their endeavors, and a reminder to post your local events on Facebook. You will receive coverage with us. And that is WDEE-TV headline news, music, and sports for Friday, October 10th, 2014. Have a great weekend. As Ricky Schultz told me one day, many years ago, enjoy the beauty of this world. And in the words of Harry Carey and Bill Hyde, so long, everybody.